Hello there, how's it going? It's Matt here from Matt Cat Guitar, and today we're learning some bar chords. So a lot of people avoid bar chords because they are a little bit tricky and confusing at first, but if you actually watch this video, by the end of it I'm pretty sure you'll understand exactly how to name them and how to play them. So it is quite important to know the notes on the fretboard of the 5th and the 6th string at least. If you don't know them, I have previously made a video explaining this, which is also very simple, but it will help you know what bar chord you're playing if you know that. So today we are looking at going to transpose the shapes of 4 open chords and then make them into bar chords. Let me explain that more clearly. So let's take the E major chord, the E minor chord, the A major chord, and the A minor chord. So I'm going to assume you already know them chords as you're looking at a bar chord video, which is kind of the next level up from open chords. So we are looking at going to be moving them shapes into bar chords, which means we need to free up our first finger. So let's take the E major open shape, which is like that. So we need to play that with our first finger available still. So let's put our second finger on the 3rd string of the 1st fret, our little finger on the 4th string on the 2nd fret, and our 3rd finger directly above it. So you can see the E shape is still there, but now we have our first finger available. So that chord is called an E major because this note here is an E. If I was to slide that up 1 fret and bar that, it would be an F major. So I'm still playing the E major shape, but I've now barred the 1st fret and slid that up. And that is an F because my first finger is on the F note. If I was to go exactly the same shape on the 3rd fret, that would be a G major because that note is a G. And then 5th fret would be an A major, 7th fret would be a B major, and so on. The shape staying exactly the same, and it's called whatever note I am pressing down on the 6th string. That only applies to the E shaped chords, so an E major. So let's do the minor ones now. So it's exactly the same. Just take your 2nd finger off in the open position, that's an E minor, slide up 1 fret, bar the 1st fret, that is now an F minor. So you've got E minor open, F minor, G minor, A minor. You can hear that, A minor bar chord is the same as an open A minor. Yeah, so it's an A minor because that note is an A, and I've got the E minor shape with them 2 fingers. You can just move that shape up and down. I think one of the easiest bar chords to learn at first is the A minor, where you bar the 5th fret and then put the E minor shape on the 7th fret and strum all the strings. You might get some strings sound like that at first because the technique of pressing the first string, your first finger down on the strings, does take a bit of getting used to. You feel like you're really pushing, your hand aches, etc. So it's quite important to have your thumb in the right place, so you can actually physically squash the fretboard, applying the pressure to the strings. So that's a really good first bar chord, is the A minor rooted on the 6th string. So that A is on the 5th fret of the 6th string, and I've got the E minor shape on the 7th fret, and that is an A minor. So that's a major and a minor rooted on the 6th string. Now let's do a major and a minor rooted on the 5th string. So let's take the major chord, the A major. So you can see that shape. We're pressing down the 2nd fret on the strings 2, 3 and 4. But in this scenario now, to move that up, ideally you could do using one finger like this. So I'm playing 2, 3 and 4 with just my one finger and the open A string. So that's a good practice to try and get that right first, because that's quite tricky, that one. I'd leave this one till last when you're learning, because I think this is the one you might struggle getting sounding good at first. So again, that is an A major, because the open 5th string is an A. This card we're strumming from the 5th string down. Don't worry about the 1st string on this card. So if I slid that up to the 5th fret and barred the 3rd fret on the 5th string, that is now a C major, because that note there is a C. And if I strum from the 5th string down, that is a C major. 2 frets up is a D major, an E major. So you can still see that A shape going on there. Okay, and that's the major shape on the 5th string. Let's do the minor shape on the 5th string. Let's take an A minor, and like we did on the E major, let's make our 1st finger available, which is the same. Okay, let's slide that all the way up there and bar the 5th fret. So I've barred the 5th fret. I've got the A minor shape on the 6th and the 7th frets. You can see the A minor shape. I'm barring the 5th fret on the D note there. So this chord would be a D minor. If I go up 2 more frets, it would be E minor, because that note is an E. You still see the A minor shape, and so on. So there, you've just learned 4 bar chords. You've learned major and minor, both rooted on the 6th string and the 5th string. And that is a great starting point to getting your head around bar chords. Like I say, at first you might struggle applying the correct pressure or pressing in the right areas, and doing the chords with different fingers can also be a little bit baffling. But if you stick at it, it will come, I promise. Just a quick point to make. To a good couple of chords to try and start strumming with bar chords is A minor, which is rooted on the 6th string and the E minor shape. So that is an A, and I've got the E minor shape, so that's an A minor. And directly underneath it, do the A minor shape, rooted on the D on the 5th string. And that's a D minor. So you have A minor and D minor. So I was try and strum them chords, you know, just. Go, and you can practice that anywhere on the neck. So that is now B minor, A minor. All the shapes are exactly the same. So this is the good thing with bar chords, is the shapes do stay the same, so you're not learning all these endless different positions. All the majors on the E string are the same as on the minors, and the same on the 5th string. So stick at it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it makes sense. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you'd like to see any other videos, let me know and I'll do them for you. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.